and welcome to Club 8 Episode 8 of The Pilgrimage on FM24. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode I've got the final two games of the season for you. We're at home to Arsenal and away to Newcastle United. So let's get straight into it, and the team for the Arsenal game is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team then to face Arsenal, and it is Payton in goal. Back four is Tonino, Atasoy, Timber and Molina. It's Basatic behind Thuram and McAllister in midfield, Strachan on the left, Avramides on the right and Rostel up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant thinks I should say we're doing well, we're on a good run, keep it going, shall we? Yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. So, just need to find an appropriate gesture. I think pumped fists is probably good. And let's get out there and see if we can keep our continental qualification hopes alive. 2 wins and we will definitely be in Europe next season. So we need to beat Arsenal and deny them the Premier League title, or at least remove them from top spot before the final match of the season. And it is now a straight fight between them and Aston Villa for the title. And 25 minutes in, there's been no highlights, nothing's happened. And it's very much a question of what do we do to try and force the game a little bit. But it's Nkapi for Arsenal. He gets it back. And Bitshiabu to Nkapi down the left hand side. And he's managed to get himself out of trouble. Bitshiabu gives the ball away and we clear it over halfway. And Chuchain plays it left to Bitshiabu. Finds Saka, who is looking for a cross. Instead plays it back to Bitshiabu. And Ugachukwu shoots and just off target, and the highlight comes to an end. So we need something from somewhere. So I think a demand more at this point is probably right. Play for set pieces, yeah, that's been a strength for a while now. So we'll do that. And let's, remind them about the fans, why not? And let's have a look at potential changes. Nervous Basatic can come off for Bonalumi, and Molina can come off for Pubil, and that will do for now. So we'll get out there for the second half and let's see if we can find that crucial goal to give us some breathing space and almost settle qualification. We'll still need something from the final game, even if we get a win here. But we do need a win here. So let's see. Right, Rostel's having a poor game. McAllister with a free kick. Flighted in. Headed on for Rostel. And having said he's having a poor game, he's put the ball in the net. But it would just be typical of the way he's played today if this is disallowed for offside. It's been reviewed. And it's given. He has a goal. So, now I'm going to take off the 2 wingers. Avramides for Diallo and Brody Strachan for Sofiane Diop. And let's confirm those changes. We've got one more remaining. And I think that is now going to be Rostell. But we'll wait for this highlight to play out first as Arsenal head it over the crossbar. And I'll bring on Mauricio up front. Give him a little run out for 15 minutes or so. Bichiabu for Arsenal to Chuchain. Into Jefferson. Plays it down to Neves. João Neves' cross. And the header is straight at Payton, who's forced to put it behind for a corner. So this is not done yet. And indeed hasn't, as it stands, cost Arsenal top spot in the league. But Villa do have a game in hand and they're on the same points as it stands. So Thuram to Atasoy. Plays it to Timber, who gives it straight back. Into Thuram. Finds McAllister. Ahmad to Mauricio. Mauricio has burst through and doubled our lead. It is Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. This one looks like it's going our way. We've got 7 minutes plus added time to hang on. And a 2-goal lead to do it with. So it's looking good. We've got a free kick. Is it something off the training ground, or is McAllister going to go for a shot? McAllister is going to be right-footed, whatever he's going to do with it. And it is a dinked ball in for Diop, who shoots, finds the net, and it counts. It is Liverpool 3, Arsenal 0, and we're now 3 goals to the good, 3 minutes to go, and it's job done. Still doesn't cost Arsenal top spot. Villa will play later. They'll play their game in hand. And could take the top spot if they get anything at all from that. Thuram into McAllister. Bonalumi. Round the corner for Amad Diallo. And Mauricio slots it in. But the referee is signalling an offside. And we'll have to wait to see whether it's 4-0. It's not. It is disallowed. It remains 3-0. The 6 minutes of added time is now up. So it is with the referee. And there's the full-time whistle. Liverpool 3, Arsenal 0. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of the episode and the final match of the season. Okay, time now for the second match of the episode and the final match of the season, away to my former club Newcastle United. And a couple of changes for this one. So the team is Payton in goal, back four is Tonino, Atasoy, Timber and Molina. Basatic behind Thuram and McAllister in midfield. It's Valchak on the left, Diallo on the right and Rostell up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant wants them to show everyone the recent praise is justified and put on a real show. I'm going to agree with him and do it with no gesture at all. And let's get out there for the match and see if we can finish the job that we started in match number 1 of the episode and get ourselves European football for next season. We cannot qualify for the Champions League. The top 4 is already sorted, but we can finish anywhere from 9th to 5th. So we do need to be careful. There's a number of teams we need to watch if we're not winning. But it does help that we're playing one of the teams that can overtake us, because as long as we don't lose, that means they won't overtake us. Leeds have joined us on 63 points. And it is a Newcastle throw-in. Origi to Brables. And Gomez back to Sotalo. Bruno Guimaraes plays it back to the goalkeeper. Stejskal plays it out to Gomez, who dallies on the ball and then is forced to give it back to the goalkeeper. Sotalo again forced back to the keeper. So we're able to advance up the pitch. They've managed to get out of it though. And it's Gesta to Moulin. Brables into Ansu Fati. And Ansu Fati gives Newcastle the lead. It is Newcastle United 1, Liverpool 0. And this is not ideal. A point and we would absolutely definitely qualify. And as it stands, we will still qualify. But we need to keep an eye on Everton and Manchester City. Everton are losing. And Manchester City are currently level. So as long as they don't beat Sunderland, this will be fine. I want a much better display in the second half. So I'm going to disagree with my assistant. Timber is anxious. I'm going to get him off then. And bring on Eric Garcia. And I'm also going to take Valchak off and bring on Diop. And I'm thinking Rostel for Avramidis as well. Go for it, why not? We've got to roll the dice. So let's get out there for the second half. Let's demand more. And see if we can finish the job. As I say, the result we need to keep an eye on is Sunderland versus Man City. And if Man City take the lead, we're in trouble. Unless we can get ourselves a point out of this game. So an hour gone, it's still 1-0 to Newcastle. But the Sunderland game is currently still going in our favour. Albeit their level, so it is by the narrowest of margins. And I really don't want to be relying on that. 20 minutes to go. And I think now, in fact with 15 minutes to go now, let's make the final changes. So Tonino at left back needs to come off. And we'll bring on Mark Pubil. It's not ideal. And I'm also going to take off Amad Diallo. And we'll bring on Mauricio. And that'll do. We've got, as I say, about 15 minutes to go. And we don't really deserve to be losing. Molina to McAllister. Plays it back to Eric. Into Thuram. It's given away though, and Echeverry will bring it forward for Newcastle. And they've sprung the offside trap. Cockbill is in, and somehow it's stayed out. It's a brilliant save from the goalkeeper, Payton, and it will be Elliott with the Newcastle corner. Looks like a short one, unless they're bluffing. They're not, and they've got out. Elliott to Bruno Guimaraes. To Sotalo. Pubil wins it and plays it down the line and out for a throw-in. So at the moment, it is not in our hands whether we'll be in Europe next season. A draw, and it absolutely will be. It's back with Gomez. who finds Brables. Gomez has it taken off him by Avramidis. He's got the whole of the opposition half to run into, and he's gone for the shot early, and Stayscal's made the save. So we'll have a corner, and it's McAllister with a right-footed in-swinging corner, and that's headed away comfortably. Avramidis has come deep to pick it up, finds Eric, and the highlight comes to an end. And now we need to find out what Manchester City are doing. Still 1-1 in that one. Molina to McAllister. Back to Eric, who's looking for support. Plays it into Basetic, who goes left to Atasoy. Out to Pubil, who's playing on the wrong side. But he's taken on his man, and Svoboda has taken it off him. And Newcastle can break. Echeverry, down the right hand side, infield to Cockbill. Ball over the top. And Yanan Atasoy picks up the loose one. Finds Pubil. Plays it into Basetic. Crossfield ball picks out Molina, who goes over the halfway line. Plays it infield to McAllister. Into Mauricio, and the shot is just off target. We're really hanging on here, and Sunderland have done us a massive favour by taking the lead against Manchester City. But I think City have equalised almost immediately. They have. So that one presumably is now 2-2. It is. So that's the one we need to keep an eye on. And our match finishes Newcastle United 1, Liverpool 0. I'll be back in a moment with the league table to confirm whether or not we'll be in Europe next season. Okay, here is the Premier League table then. Confirmation that we finished in 7th place with 18 wins, 8 draws and 12 defeats, 62 points. And you'll notice there is no European competition next to our name. And the reason for that is, although it's not officially confirmed yet, neither of the teams in the FA Cup final are currently, in fact, because the season is over, neither of them is in a European spot. It is Manchester City and Southampton who will contest the FA Cup final. So it very much looks as though we have missed out on even the Europa Conference League. So disappointing. I will obviously confirm that on the next episode. But it very much looks like there'll be no European football next season. So it's Aston Villa who win the league, joined in the Champions League by Arsenal, Manchester United and Fulham. Leeds take the Europa League spot. Newcastle the Conference League spot. And the 3 teams going down, Crystal Palace, Norwich and Nottingham Forest. So I'll be back on the next episode with the pre-season and transfer special. So if you've enjoyed this one, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.